setting up your Astro A40 headset to your PS4 with your game capture card to your stream. Now, everybody pretty much knows how to do that, except for the part when it comes to getting your party chat audio into your stream. Now, there's methods that are shown online by many YouTubers and even on the Astro forums. That is not the correct way. When you follow this method that you're seeing everywhere else, your party chat audio is either very clear, but your Astros aren't working properly. For example, you can't use the mixer, the volume and game chat, or everybody's voice is echoing like crazy and the quality is just not there. So I figured it out where you could still use your Astros the way they were designed to be used, and your stream is going to hear your party chat audio perfectly. Now, if you've got an Elgato Game Capture HDS or the HD, both models, it'll work perfectly fine. And if you have another capture card, it should still work fine as long as you have a line in port on your PC. Now, I'm going to go through all of this to give you a better understanding. It's really confusing in the beginning, but once we start getting into the step-by-steps, you're going to understand what everything is for and why it's there. Let's get straight into it. I'm going to show you my PC view now. Actually, I'm going to show you my GoPro footage of my Astros just to show you the right way to set up your Astros, because one mistake there can lead to more issues down the line. Let's get into it. Alright guys, this is going to be the setup of the Astro mix amp with the PS4. Just to let you know, this is only going to work on the original PS4 that was first ever released, or the PS4 Pro. It will not work with the PS4 Slim. The reason for that is the PS4 Slim does not come with an optical cable port. Don't ask me why Sony did that. I think it's because it's a much cheaper device, so to make it cheaper they've not included an optical cable, so you can only use the normal USB dongle headsets with that, which is not relevant for this tutorial. So you've got your power cable, which will run straight into your PS4. You've got your optical cable, which runs into the back of your PS4. You've got your normal headphone cable that comes with your Astros that goes into the actual headset itself, and this cable here is a 3.5mm jack, which is the auxiliary section. Device that can take a auxiliary cable slot, and it actually lets you listen to music, or you know, when you're streaming you might get some notification sounds that you want to hear if someone subscribed to you or whatever. That does that. You don't need that for this tutorial. This is the one we're talking about. This is the stream chat cable. It's just a normal 3.5mm headphone cable, auxiliary cable that will plug into your stream port, and it will run to your game capture card. So this is the Elgato HD60S. It runs and plugs into there. I've got a ground loop isolator, which is this little thing in the middle. This cable can plug straight into there, but this thing here stops any buzzing sounds. So I'll show you that. It's just double-sided. It stops any buzzing sounds. They're about £10 or less. The Orky one is about £10. It doesn't matter which way you plug it in. You just plug that one side into that. Now this is another auxiliary cable that comes with it that plugs into there, and that stops any of the buzzing sound. So then what you want to do, you want to plug in the HDMI cables, one into this side, one into that side, and then you've got your USB-C that plugs straight into your PC. The older version might be micro USB, I'm not sure, but it does the same thing. Just set it up how it's meant to be set up on the guide that comes with this. Now, I would like to mention, if you've got the older capture card, you're not going to have the 3.5mm jack. So what you're going to do, this setup is exactly the same with the PS4, but instead of plugging this into that, which you won't be able to, you plug this directly into the back of your PC, the line input, which is the blue one, not the green one. Make sure you plug that into the blue import on the back of your PC. Even if you have this capture card, you can still plug this straight into the blue. You don't need it to be plugged into there, but you're probably going to need a longer wire, and it just gets complicated. If you have this port, plug
the stream cable, the auxiliary cable, straight into there. If you don't, plug it into the back of your PC where the blue port is. If you don't have the blue port on your PC, I'm afraid your PC is probably too old and it doesn't support a line in. So that's very important. You need a line in on your PC, or you need the newer capture card which has the line in built in. So plug that in. I'm going to go ahead and plug all the HDMI cables and power and the USB cable into both sides, and then we'll continue the tutorial. Alright guys, so now you're on your PS4, you've got your Astro set up, you go down to devices, go down to audio devices. You want to make sure your input and output are both on your Astros. Every other tutorial that I've seen, they tell you to change it to TV or amplifier. This is the issue where as soon as you do that, your Astros no longer are able to change, you're no longer able to mix your game and your voice audio of your party chat. You can't use your surround sound either, and you'll have to turn off the Dolby Digital surround sound just to be able to hear the game clearly. When you turn the surround sound on, it literally sounds crazy. It really echoes bad, and that's not the right way to do it. So make sure your two settings are both on the Astros. Yeah. So now all the rest of these settings just leave the same. Now you want to go down to sound and screen, right? So you click on audio output settings, and you wanna make sure it's on digital output, Dolby Digital 5.1. Do not tick any of these, just that one. Press OK. Now you come down to the audio format, and you put this onto bitstream for Dolby. The Astros are Dolby Digital. If you're using a different headset that has the same sort of ports as the Astros, figure out what sort of setup your headset uses. It will be in the instructions, but for the Astros it is the bitstream Dolby. So now that is the PS4 side sorted out. I will come back to the PS4 in a bit just to show you guys how party audio sounds. I'll get a couple of my friends to talk, but let's go back to the PC now and I'll show you that part. Alright guys, so here's my desktop view. I'm going to show you how to do the final steps to get this all working. So now let me quickly delete this and I'll show you. So you add a source, which is your game capture. You don't want to add game capture because this is if you're gaming on your PC. We're going to be gaming on the console and we want to capture the video over here. So for example, you can see when you click on game capture device, you can see capture cards such as Elgato and any of the other brands. So you click that. I've already got my game capture added from before, but if you're doing this brand new, just click add new source, find your game capture HD or HDS and add it in. So this is mine. Look, you can see my PS4, everything comes in, pops up straight away. If it doesn't, just double click on it and you'll get to do the settings. So let me minimize that for a sec. I've just hidden it. It's still running in the background. So now what you want to do, you want to double click on that source, which is your game capture HD. Just double click that. Now here's the settings menu. These are all my settings. This is where I figured it out. Check this out. Configure video. Yeah, you click on that and look what opens up. This is the game capture software that opens